这200个定语从句用来形成你的定语从句直觉，使用的单词都超级简单，每句话说2遍，准备好了吗？
This is the house where I was born. This is the house where I was born. The woman who works at the bank is very kind. The woman who works at the bank is very kind. I found keys I lost yesterday. I found the keys I lost yesterday. Do you know the boy whose father is a doctor? Do you know the boy whose father is a doctor? That was the year when we moved to this city. That was the year when we moved to this city. The fish we caught was very small. The fish we caught was very small. He is the man I saw at the park. He is the man I saw at the park. This is the book which has a blue cover. This is the book which has a blue cover. I don't know the reason why the shop is closed today. I don't know the reason why the shop is closed today. She likes the dress that her mother bought for her. She likes the dress that her mother bought for her. The park where we walk the dog is near the river. The park where we walk the dog is near the river. He remembers the day when he got his first bike. He remembers the day when he got his first bike. The girl whose bag is red is my sister. The girl whose bag is red is my sister. This is the pen I use every day. This is the pen I use every day. The people who live upstairs are quiet. The people who live upstairs are quiet. That's the restaurant where they have great pizza. That's the restaurant where they have great pizza. I didn't like the movie we watched last night. I didn't like the movie we watched last night. Can you tell me the reason you look so happy? Can you tell me the reason you look so happy? The teacher we like the most is Mr. Smith. The teacher we like the most is Mr. Smith. This is the cat whose tail is long and fluffy. This is the cat whose tail is long and fluffy. Summer is the season when we go to the beach. Summer is the season when we go to the beach. The car which is parked outside is new. The car which is parked outside is new. I know a man who can speak 3 languages. I know a man who can speak 3 languages. The food she cooked smells wonderful. The food she cooked smells wonderful. This is the place where the accident happened. This is the place where the accident happened. The children who are playing in the yard are noisy. The children who are playing in the yard are noisy. That's the song I love to listen to. That's the song I love to listen to. He is the artist whose paintings are famous. He is the artist whose paintings are famous. Friday is the day when I finish work early. Friday is the day when I finish work early. The phone I bought last week is broken. The phone I bought last week is broken. The police caught the man who stole the car. The police caught the man who stole the car. This is the village where my grandparents live. This is the village where my grandparents live. Can you show me the picture you took? Can you show me the picture you took? The student the teacher praised felt proud. The student the teacher praised felt proud. Is this the hospital where you work? Is this the hospital where you work? I remember the time when dinosaurs lived. Okay, maybe not me personally. The dog whose owner is away looks sad. The dog whose owner is away looks sad. The computer which is on the desk is old. The computer which is on the desk is old. Tell me the reason why you chose this color. Tell me the reason why you chose this color. The flowers that grow in the garden are beautiful. The flowers that grow in the garden are beautiful. The man who called you didn't leave his name. The man who called you didn't leave his name. That is the shop where I buy my bread. That is the shop where I buy my bread. I read the book you recommended. I read the book you recommended. The woman whose hair is black is waiting outside. The woman whose hair is black is waiting outside. Winter is the time when it snows here. Winter is the time when it snows here. The letter which arrived this morning is for you. The letter which arrived this morning is for you. The friend I visited lives far away. The friend I visited lives far away. This is the library where we study. This is the library where we study. He explained the reason he couldn't come. He explained the reason he couldn't come. I have a friend who lives in London. I have a friend who lives in London. The cake Mary made was delicious. The cake Mary made was delicious. This is the tree whose leaves turn yellow in autumn. This is the tree whose leaves turn yellow in autumn. I like the watch that my father gave me. I like the watch that my father gave me. Monday is the day when the week starts. Monday is the day when the week starts. The cafe where we met serves good coffee. The cafe where we met serves good coffee. The girl who sits next to me is new. The girl who sits next to me is new. This is the story my grandmother told me. This is the story my grandmother told me. The man whose car was stolen called the police. The man whose car was stolen called the police. That is the room where I sleep. That is the room where I sleep. The bird which is singing is beautiful. The bird which is singing is beautiful. We visited the town where Shakespeare was born. We visited the town where Shakespeare was born. She is the person I trust the most. She is the person I trust the most. I remember the moment when I heard the news. I remember the moment when I heard the news. He didn't give a reason why he resigned. He didn't give a reason why he resigned. The shoes I am wearing are comfortable. The shoes I am wearing are comfortable. The lady who helped us was very patient. The lady who helped us was very patient. This is the camera whose lens is broken. This is the camera whose lens is broken. The beach where we swam was clean. The beach where we swam was clean. I enjoyed the meal we had together. I enjoyed the meal we had together. That's the doctor who saved his life. That's the doctor who saved his life. Do you remember the time when we went camping? Do you remember the time when we went camping? The city where I study is very big. The city where I study is very big. This is the dog that always barks at strangers. This is the dog that always barks at strangers. The boy whose bike was lost is crying. The boy whose bike was lost is crying. The homework the teacher gave us is difficult. The homework the teacher gave us is difficult. He is the student everyone admires. He is the student everyone admires. What was the reason the train was late? What was the reason the train was late? The chair, which is broken, is in the corner. The chair, which is broken, is in the corner. This is the school where I learned English. This is the school where I learned English. The coffee I drank was too hot. The coffee I drank was too hot. The musician who played the piano was amazing. The musician who played the piano was amazing. I know the place where we can hide. I know the place where we can hide. She wore the necklace that sparkled brightly. She wore the necklace that sparkled brightly. The child whose toy fell is looking for it. The child whose toy fell is looking for it. This is the hour when the shops close. This is the hour when the shops close. The cookies Mom baked are in the jar. The cookies Mom baked are in the jar. I met the author who wrote this novel. I met the author who wrote this novel. That's the hill where we watched the sunset. That's the hill where we watched the sunset. The report he submitted was incomplete. The report he submitted was incomplete. The man to whom I spoke was the manager. The man to whom I spoke was the manager. This is the game which is very popular now. This is the game which is very popular now. The girl whose voice is soft sang a song. The girl whose voice is soft sang a song. Can you find the spot where we parked the car? Can you find the spot where we parked the car? The gift you sent was lovely. The gift you sent was lovely. That's the moment when everything changed. That's the moment when everything changed. The employee who received the award smiled. The employee who received the award smiled. Is that the reason why they look worried? Is that the reason why they look worried? This is the garden where roses grow. This is the garden where roses grow. The ideas he presented were interesting. The ideas he presented were interesting. The dog that chased the cat belongs to my neighbor. The dog that chased the cat belongs to my neighbor. The book I am reading is very interesting. The book I am reading is very interesting. He knows the girl who won the prize. He knows the girl who won the prize. This is the town where my father grew up. This is the town where my father grew up. I remember the day when I learned to ride a bike. I remember the day when I learned to ride a bike. She has a cat whose eyes are green. She has a cat whose eyes are green. The police are looking for the car which was involved in the accident. The police are looking for the car which was involved in the accident. The reason why he failed is obvious. The reason why he failed is obvious. The people we met on holiday were friendly. The people we met on holiday were friendly. This is the key that unlocks the back door. This is the key that unlocks the back door. The park where we had the picnic was beautiful. The park where we had the picnic was beautiful. The student whose homework was late apologized. The student whose homework was late apologized. I like the song the band played last. I like the song the band played last. The man who lives next door is a pilot. The man who lives next door is a pilot. Do you remember the time we visited the museum? Do you remember the time we visited the museum? That's the shop where I bought my shoes. That's the shop where I bought my shoes. This is the computer which needs to be fixed. This is the computer which needs to be fixed. He told me the reason he couldn't attend the party. He told me the reason he couldn't attend the party. The children who were shouting have gone home. The children who were shouting have gone home. The flowers she picked are wilting. The flowers she picked are wilting. The woman whose purse was found was very grateful. The woman whose purse was found was very grateful. The hotel where we stayed had a great view. The hotel where we stayed had a great view. The letter arrived yesterday brought good news. The letter arrived yesterday brought good news. This is the path that leads to the river. This is the path that leads to the river. I can't find the email you sent me. I can't find the email you sent me. She is the artist who painted this picture. She is the artist who painted this picture. Summer is the time when many people travel. Summer is the time when many people travel. The restaurant where we ate dinner was crowded. The restaurant where we ate dinner was crowded. The boy whose drawing was chosen smiled happily. The boy whose drawing was chosen smiled happily. The cookies my sister made are delicious. The cookies my sister made are delicious. The man who repaired my car did a good job. The man who repaired my car did a good job. This is the place where the concert will be held. This is the place where the concert will be held. The gift which is wrapped in blue paper is for you. The gift which is wrapped in blue paper is for you. Can you explain the reason why the flight was delayed? Can you explain the reason why the flight was delayed? The students I teach are very smart. The students I teach are very smart. The dog whose barking woke me up is small. The dog whose barking woke me up is small. I enjoyed the film we saw together. I enjoyed the film we saw together. The woman who answered the phone was polite. The woman who answered the phone was polite. March is the month when spring begins here. March is the month when spring begins here. That is the building where my office is located. That is the building where my office is located. The apples that grow on this tree are sweet. The apples that grow on this tree are sweet. The doctor she recommended is excellent. The doctor she recommended is excellent. This is the table which is reserved for us. This is the table which is reserved for us. He found the wallet that someone had dropped. He found the wallet that someone had dropped. The girl whose brother is in my class is named Sarah. The girl whose brother is in my class is named Sarah. The library where I borrow books is downtown. The library where I borrow books is downtown. The cake you baked looks amazing. The cake you baked looks amazing. The teacher who gave the lecture spoke clearly. The teacher who gave the lecture spoke clearly. That was the year when they got married. That was the year when they got married. The garden where my grandmother grows vegetables is large. The garden where my grandmother grows vegetables is large. The story that he told us was funny. The story that he told us was funny. The boy whose shoes are muddy needs to clean them. The boy whose shoes are muddy needs to clean them. The report I wrote took a long time. The report I wrote took a long time. The friend who helped me move is very strong. The friend who helped me move is very strong. Is this the cafe where you usually get coffee? Is this the cafe where you usually get coffee? The camera which uses this type of film is old. The camera which uses this type of film is old. I need to know the reason why you disagree. I need to know the reason why you disagree. The person you should ask is over there. The person you should ask is over there. The tree whose branches are bare will get leaves in spring. The tree whose branches are bare will get leaves in spring. The music they played was too loud. The music they played was too loud. The child who fell down is crying. The child who fell down is crying. 1999 was the year when I was born. 1999 was the year when I was born. The city where the conference took place is far away. The city where the conference took place is far away. The phone that is ringing is not mine. The phone that is ringing is not mine. The manager I spoke with was helpful. The manager I spoke with was helpful. The dog that lives across the street is friendly. The dog that lives across the street is friendly. The house whose roof is red belongs to my aunt. The house whose roof is red belongs to my aunt. The room where the meeting was held is on the second floor. The room where the meeting was held is on the second floor. The meal we ordered hasn't arrived yet. The meal we ordered hasn't arrived yet. The scientist who discovered this is famous. The scientist who discovered this is famous. Noon is the time when we usually eat lunch. Noon is the time when we usually eat lunch. The hospital where she works is nearby. The hospital where she works is nearby. The sweater I bought yesterday is too big. The sweater I bought yesterday is too big. Please tell me the reason you want to leave. Please tell me the reason you want to leave. The students who passed the exam were happy. The students who passed the exam were happy. The bag she is carrying looks heavy. The bag she is carrying looks heavy. The neighbor whose cat often visits us is away. The neighbor whose cat often visits us is away. The office where my dad works is downtown. The office where my dad works is downtown. The dress she wore to the party was beautiful. The dress she wore to the party was beautiful. The man who is standing by the door is waiting for someone. The man who is standing by the door is waiting for someone. That is the bridge where we took photos. That is the bridge where we took photos. The box which contains the tools is in the garage. The box which contains the tools is in the garage. He finally understood the reason why she was upset. He finally understood the reason why she was upset. The employee the boss promoted works hard. The employee the boss promoted works hard. The bird whose song is lovely sits on that tree. The bird whose song is lovely sits on that tree. The movie I wanted to see is not playing anymore. The movie I wanted to see is not playing anymore. The boy who delivered the newspaper is very young. The boy who delivered the newspaper is very young. Autumn is the season when the leaves fall. Autumn is the season when the leaves fall. This is the school where I went as a child. This is the school where I went as a child. The computer that I use for work is fast. The computer that I use for work is fast. The lady whose dog ran away is worried. The lady whose dog ran away is worried. The food that is served here is always fresh. The food that is served here is always fresh. The person who called earlier left a message. The person who called earlier left a message. That's the place where we first met. That's the place where we first met. The pen which I lost was my favorite one. The pen which I lost was my favorite one. What's the reason you were so quiet? What's the reason you were so quiet? The children we saw were playing tag. The children we saw were playing tag. The car whose alarm keeps going off is annoying. The car whose alarm keeps going off is annoying. The presentation he gave was informative. The presentation he gave was informative.